and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today where the rubber hits the road at the St. James Food Pantry with all kinds of volunteers here, all kinds of people coming in, picking up food. This is where the heart of the Woodbridge Food Pantry effort is, the biggest food pantry in town. I'm joined by Paul Sansone to my left, owner of Sansone's Route 1 Auto Mall, his wife Anilda. To my far left, Carolyn Ehrlich, Chief of Staff of Woodbridge Township. And to my right, the conscience of food pantries and soup kitchens in Woodbridge Township, Peter Barcelona. So we're here today to accept a very, very gracious donation from Mr. Sansone, the Sansone family. First, let me just say that we are right in the middle of our Have a Heart food drive. We challenge businesses, people all through the township between New Year's Day and February 14th, 2/14, to donate $214 or 214 pounds of food toward the overall food pantry effort. It's called the Have a Heart Food Drive because it times with Valentine's Day. It goes back to long before I was mayor, back in the 90s, and was started by Peter to my right. So maybe, Peter, you start and tell us about the drive and how we're doing so far and what it means. Take some time and tell everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. But I would first of all thank the Sansone Family Foundation for the generous donation of $5,000.
Oh, you blew that's my announcement, man. Come on, man. I got the check and everything.
We feed was started in 1992. It was a collection of 5 food pantries at the time. Currently, we are 11 food pantries, 2 soup kitchens that operate throughout the year. 365 days a year. Our pantries collectively feed about 600 families a month and give out several thousand bags of food a month. A donation of this size will be shared amongst all the 11 food pantries, and they would use that. Most of them put it on the account at the Community Food Bank at Hillside, which they draw down food when they purchase at a very cheap price, roughly about 15 cents a pound. So they're able to get a large portion of food for a little bit of money. So the money goes a very long ways. But our food pantries, as the mayor said, WeFeed was founded in 1992 as a way of collectively getting our food pantries together to share information, share resources, share data in any way that we can to help those that are in need in Woodbridge. And it's been working now almost 23 years, and so I am very grateful to be a part of it for that long. So again, on behalf of everyone that's donated so far to the Have a Heart Food Drive, we're doing very well. We still need more help. I remind them I'm at the health center in Woodbridge, and I'll be happy to pick up your food or send someone to pick it up or accept your donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Barcelona, for that, stealing my announcement. Let me tell you a little bit about Paul Sansone, and I'm trying to remember everything as I'm sitting here while Peter's speaking. After 911, you donated an all-purpose vehicle to the effort, to the emergency responders in town. You've done the Salvation Army. We wouldn't have our summer concerts without Paul. He is the #1 signature sponsor of the Monday night series that morphed into also a Tuesday night series. What's great there is he had the idea to offer a raffle at the concerts, and no one had to pay $1 or $2 for a ticket. They just had to pay a can of food or a box of food for a ticket. And then he donated the prizes, which is usually some electronic gadget that I don't even know how to use. I mean, you've done GPSs, you've done iPads, iPods, iPhones, whatever, TVs, you know, all these things. And Paul donates them to the cause, and then people have an incentive to bring a box or a can of food. And Peter goes there every Monday night with a whole bunch of volunteers. They collect them, and we've got, what, 40,000, 50,000?
This past summer, it was about 60,000 pounds.
60,000 pounds of food toward the effort. So Paul has just been a great corporate citizen in Woodbridge Township, and we're here today to accept a $5,000 check to the WeFeed Food Bank from Paul Sansone. And as Peter says, this will be used to, you know, nobody donates milk, nobody donates bread, nobody donates cheese because that's all perishable. We get the cans and boxes. This is used to buy those things that people don't normally donate. So it'll go to very, very good use. So Paul, let me turn it back to you, or over to you, and ask you to, first of all, thank you, accept our thanks, and if you could say a few words about the whole effort, it'd be great.
Well, first,
oh, the real check.
The real check.
I can't deposit this. It's got no
right.
The fake routing number.
Code on there. But
All
the
right.
real check. I know you like to see the real check.
I love checks.
Right.
I'll turn it right over to Peter.
Thank you very much.
So say a few words,
Well,
if you don't mind, Paul.
First, I didn't realize the need it's necessary to feed the people in the community as well as all throughout the state. Yesterday I was at the Monmouth Food Bank and I realized the extensive need in the whole area, throughout the state. And I felt that now with our foundation, the beginning of our foundation, we are going to, on an annual basis, give to the food banks, and especially to Woodbridge, since I've been in business in Woodbridge for over 50 years. And this is where I feel warm, and I feel comfortable, and I feel that I want to do as much as I can for the people of Woodbridge and the community and the township. The fact is that the different things that we do for the military or for the people that are in need of an automobile, in need of training, but I don't really want to go into it too much. But the fact is, I realize that since the government reduced their contribution to the food bank by 30%, there's even more of a need for the community and the businesses and to join in and help it become more and more successful. There's a need. We need your help, and I hope that you realize the severity of the problem. And I want to say thank you. It's my pleasure, and I am excited to be part of it. And Mrs. Sansone, who's also on the foundation, will continue it on even when I'm gone.
Well, say a little bit about the job effort, because you do so much just in your shop for people, but your effort now with the grant will expand that to people outside your company. Talk about that.
Right. What we do is not just mechanical. We've placed over 100 people on different jobs, not all at my place. We have about 15 or 16 people that we've trained through the Sansone Military Action Committee that we developed, and we're taking military people and we're trying to give them a direction. We also have been involved with the at-risk situation, where we've done a remarkable job, and that we started about 5 years ago, and we've placed about 90 people outside my organization throughout the state. And if they live in North or South Jersey, we call up different dealerships, and we make sure they're well trained before they get there. And so far as yesterday, we have a 100% success rate. So we're starting at the bottom from the need. We're doing the training, but training is just one portion of it. It's also placing them in a position that they can handle so they can earn a living. It's much more than minimum wage, so they are able to earn a living. And now this year, we've included the wives of the military and the different people and we have situations where in a business development center, in the accounting offices, throughout the organization of all the dealerships in the state have a need for this. So the mechanical is obviously the greatest need, and then we work on all different types of businesses, all different types of jobs in the automobile business. So the one thing I am proud of, we've placed over 100 people, and about 15 or 16 of them that are very successful with me. And it couldn't be I have dedicated people that are handling this situation, and he couldn't be more dedicated. I'm so proud of everyone that's helping me obtain this goal. So with that, I'd like to turn it back over to our mayor, who's been very, very happy with what I'm doing.
Happy.
So
yeah, I'm total understatement.
Right. Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to be good business people in the community and helping the people in need. And this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, happy is a total understatement, because, the men and women who fight overseas, they put themselves in harm's way and at risk, and to know they can come back to somebody who cares about them and for what they've done for our country. The stats of people that come back and they have issues, all kinds of things. And you almost save people's lives when you put them in a program, get them trained, get them a job. You basically save people's lives because of, the stress and what you have to deal with when you are overseas in harm's way. So I just think it's wonderful. It's tremendous what you do for this town. And do you want to say anything, Nilda?
I'd just like to say simply, we are humbled and honored to be able to help, and we'll be here for as long as the community needs us. Thank you.
And Carol, you go way back with Paul. We started with the concerts.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the first concerts that we had, it was Sansone and only Sansone,
right.
And it has just grown since then. And I don't remember which anniversary your dealership was celebrating at that time, but you were...
I think it was 40.
40.
40 years in Woodbridge.
Uh-huh.
Now it's up to 55.
Right, that sounds about
Right,
right.
right.
And that was how you wanted to celebrate. You wanted to
Right.
give something back to the town, and
Right,
the concerts
right.
were part of your anniversary gift. And I just want to say one thing. I am really glad that you don't follow the rules, because it said to donate $214 on the platter, and you decided to break that
You're
rule,
breaking the
so
rule.
thank you.
Well, let me just wrap it up by stealing a line from one of Paul's commercials. You the man, Mr. Sansone.
Thank you
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
John.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Good,
thank
Emma.
you, Peter.
Thank you.